And I know a lot of you are probably wondering, okay, he's got one ball, all right, how did he lose it? So for me, it was a hunting accident with my dad. Yeah. I'll tell you real quick how it went. Me and my dad were pheasant hunting, and I was walking the ditch, and he was walking the road next to us. And he had a little .22 rifle for critters and such that would come up out of there, and I had the 20 gauge with the bird shot for when the birds come out. And my dad trips. I don't know, if there was some loose gravel, whatever, but he falls down and he fires a shot and it hits the sign and it ricocheted and hit me in my pelvic area. Yeah, and it's not done ricocheting yet. It hits me in my pelvic area, goes off my pelvic bone, rips through my testicle, and grazes my leg. And I just drop. I drop immediately. I'm freaking out. And here's the one thing, a lot of people think that when you get hit in the testicles, that you make this really high-pitched sound like this, and it's actually quite the opposite. When you've had a bullet rip through your testicle, you get it sound more like this. It's this completely frog in the throat situation. All right, we gotta go. We gotta go to the hospital. We gotta get it back. And so we get in the car, and we're out in the country, and the first couple towns we go to don't even have a hospital. So we're in Minnesota. We finally find a town that has a hospital, and we stop and we go in there. And I look like one of these cartoon Western people just walking in like just doing one of these in there, And the nurse, they give me back to triage. The nurse says, okay, let's see what we're looking at, And so I drop trial. And I don't know if anybody's ever, YouTubed it or whatever, but a testicle basically looks like a grape that you've peeled and then drew some veins on. That's what a testicle actually looks like. And so mine is hanging out and split halfway open, just barely hanging onto itself. And I was like, is that my nut? And the nurse, she's trying to be completely professional. She's like, well, I've never seen a testicle outside the scrotum, but I think so. Oh my God, I gotta sit down. Oh, this is terrible. And so then they do an emergency catheter. They want to make sure that no bone fragments or anything have ruptured my urinary tract or anything, So they do this emergency catheter, and then they ship me to Minneapolis, to the hospital there. They ship me to Minneapolis. And they do the surgery, they talk to me a little bit beforehand. So the guys in here, if you have surgery on your junk down there, what's the first thing you're doing when you wake up? Yeah, you're checking it out. You're looking. You want to see, we want to make sure they only took what they needed, you know what I'm saying? So the next morning, I wake up and I look, and they say it was because of all the trauma and everything, but I have like 4 or 5 times bigger around than usual, and it is black and purple, and I'm just like, what the fuck? What did they do? And I was just like, this is terrible. Well, then the doctor comes in and he says to me, he goes, Mr. Conway, with you, we have a really unique situation, and we'd really appreciate it if we could bring some class members in and do the post-op so that they can see, what they're kind of looking for or whatever. And I'm thinking, okay, they're going to bring it. I'm in a semi-private room, in a public hospital. I'm figuring they're going to bring in 6 or 7 people enough to go around the bed. No. 30 motherfuckers. 30 motherfuckers in my fucking room. The curtain is protruding into the other person's space while they just flip open the covers and have a look-see. And then I was actually glad that I had swollen to the size that I had swollen. That's right, ladies. This is what we're always doing. Never mind the color, But I think the thing that bothered me the most is when I asked the doctor, I said, hey, doc, I'd really like to take my testicle with me, in a jar or whatever. Oh, you can't have that. Well, what do you mean I can't have that? I came with it. Matter of fact, I came with it all the time. I'm William Conway, everyone.